CFNE, what's up, friends? Gonna walk you guys through this, the workout today. Great midline workout that we're attacking 3 different ways. So just when we talk about the midline, essentially like think about like ribs through the middle of the thighs. So we're gonna attack it from kind of all different sides, the front, back, side, and so on. So each movement is being done for 40 seconds. I know you guys can read, so you guys can see this right there, but 40 seconds with a 20-second rest. So it's on the minute we're moving through this thing, and then there's a nice little 120 rest before we repeat the thing again. So the first movement is a hollow hold. I'm gonna kind of walk through all these things, but basically it's trying to shorten the distance between your ribs and your belt buckle. So you're basically going there, lying down on the ground, trying to lift your shoulders if you have the ground. Just realize holding for 40 seconds of that is hard. Like that is hard. You're trying to take away the space between your lower back. You're trying to push your belly button into the ground. If you are extending your arms over with your shoulder blades off the ground and tucking your pelvis to your heels off the ground, that's gonna be super tough, especially again around 2, 3, and 4 of this. It's okay if you don't make it all the way through it, or it's okay if you need to modify some way of either keeping your shoulders on the ground, just doing a leg lift, or keeping your feet on the ground and just doing like a hold the top of a crunch. Either which way is totally fine. The next movement might not be quite as obvious to everybody, especially when we don't have a barbell, but it's a Romanian deadlift. So I'll show you a few different ways to do this. The first and most easy way, it's done for time, so you don't need a lot of load. You can hold any sort of object, like maybe we hold a super light dumbbell, a super light kettlebell, maybe we hold a jug of water, whatever it might be, up against our chest, or you just put your hands above your ears. I did this when I was traveling a couple weeks ago, and my hammies were blowing up the next day. So this one just looks like here, hands above, here, hinging down and coming back up. Spend a little bit extra time here, and the idea is to try to get your chest over your feet. So it's not about pushing your butt back behind you. You're trying purposefully to get your feet forward. The other way you can do it is by holding a dumbbell. For people who have been following along doing the Zoom classes, we've done a lot of this. Hold the dumbbell and just let it go down and back up, down and back up, holding that. You do it with one arm, you do it with 2 arms, or another way is you can kind of do this. You guys have seen us do these as well. They're more like good mornings, but totally works. Is banded here and going down and coming back up. So whatever you got, go for it. 40 seconds of work, let your chest fall forward. The next one's an overhead hold. And yeah, this is gonna be like a shoulder thing, but if you're able to lock it out completely and go totally straight, this should not be a lot of work here. It's actually gonna work. You're gonna feel it kind of in your hips, your butt, your core. You wanna make sure your ribs are pulled down and that arm is straight up. If it's out in front, if your elbows are bent, or if it's out to the side, man, it's gonna be a total shoulder thing, because that's the kink in the armor. You make sure that's not the kink, and we're totally stacked. And if that's the case, then the hips, and right here, you're like, and the hips become the kind of thing that works, and it's actually a great midline thing. So just to show quickly, you're gonna hold up overhead, and just try to hold it stacked, not letting the hip kick out to the side, not letting it come out. So we're trying to stay as stacked as we can for that full 40 seconds. After 40, it comes down, we rest for 20, go to the ground, and then we go up to the other side. Rinse, wash, repeat that a few times. Great midline stuff, great for a Sunday. You add that with Sarah's yoga stuff, and you have a beautiful, awesome Sunday. See ya.